Hello my DIY friends. Today I'm going to be making a bird bath. I have this tray. It's a flower tray. It's kind of old. I've used it many times. And today I'd like to make a bird bath out of resin. So I mixed up my hardener and epoxy. And I actually mixed up 80 and 80 is exactly 80 and 80 in both of my little cups. So now I'm going to pour my clear resin into my mold to see how much I have here and if I need more, which I pretty much think I do need more, but we shall see. So I am just putting all of the resin I mixed inside my mold, and like I said, I used these little containers and I put 80 in both, and then I put them in this bigger container, equal parts of both. And now I'm trying to get all of the resin out to put into my mold. It's a very big container. So I am going to let this drain out a bit, but I'm also going to get my heat gun and spread it around to see what is what. So here's my heat gun, and I want to try and get rid of the bubbles and also see how much resin I have here. If it's not moving around with your heat gun, you could move your mold. Seems to be doing better when I move it around like this. I just want a thin coat. That's why I didn't put an awful lot. I didn't mix an awful lot because I don't want to waste either. But right now I am working on making a bird bath for my yard. It's going to be a hanging bird bath, and the reason being is we have a pig and I don't want him messing with the birds. So I'm going to make sure that it hangs up so that Piggy Iggy doesn't decide to have a little fun with the birds. I don't think he would, but definitely when I make the bird feeder, I will definitely have to make sure he can't get to that, because if he can, he's going to be helping himself to some bird food. So I am just smoothing around my resin because I'd like an even coat all around, and that is what I'm doing. And I just want a thin layer. This mold has a flower design on it, which I think will add to the texture of my bird bath and make it look even prettier, because that will come through even though I'm not highlighting it. So I'm going to torch it again with my heat gun. I'm going to get all the bubbles out. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I just have a layer. You want to make sure that all of the petal area has resin on it. Smooth it all in there. Okay, so there's that. Now, I have some of this crushed glass. I believe I got it from Michael's or possibly Joanne. I am going to take a spoonful of the crushed glass and I'm going to put it in the center as best I can, which is going to help spread out my resin. So I want it more so right in this area. Okay. And I also have mica powder and alcohol ink. And I also have orange red. This is just called alcohol ink resin pigments. I have a couple of them. They're all from the same manufacturer. They're all alcohol inks, any colors you want. So I'm going to take my orange red and put some drops around the outside on where all the petals are. Now I'm noticing that I have little like holes in my areas of where my resin is. So I have some resin left and I notice that there's a little hole right here, so I'm going to put some there to fill my little hole, and there's a hole right here. Don't want any area not covered. I believe there might be one over here too. Yes, there is. Right here it's dry. So I'm going to add some more of my resin. Okay. Now I want to add some of the white. I love the white because it makes everything pop so much. I don't know what I'm going to use. Here it is. The used white. I wanted that. So I'm going to put this around where the orange is. Might be out of this one. Let me try the other one. You definitely want to be in a well ventilated area. Use gloves. I constantly forget gloves. I have them, but I constantly forget. You want a face mask. You just don't want, you know, to get sick from the resin, which you can, I believe. So now I'm just putting yellow on top of the white and the orange. Okay, so now I'm going to get half of a spoon, because I never throw anything out, and I'm going to start swirling this around, just going around the outer edge. I'm noticing that my table is not level. At some points it's a lot in one area, and then other parts there's absolutely nothing. So I'm going to have to scooch this around a bit. So I'm just swirling around the edge to swirl in the orange and the white. I'm going to turn my lovely flowers. See how there's so much here? Really bums me out because I have tried so many things to try and make it so that this table is level, and for all the tea in China I cannot do it. So I'm just going to continue to swirl it around. Then I'm going to blow it out again to get rid of the bubbles. I just want this pretty to attract the birds and have them come over and use the bird bath. So I'm going to move this down some. Move this down some. Okay, I'm going to blow this out some because I have bubbles. I really like orange, and I think orange and blue are very pretty together. So, I'm going to get some more resin out of my container because I'm noticing empty spots. And that's because my table is not level. I really wish it was, but it is not. I'm going to have my husband look at it because he's the handy person. Me, not so much. Because I have tried and failed miserably. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with the orangish red. What is that? Orange red. And I'm going to go a little further down. And since this is for my house and I like orange, I figured why not do the colors I like. That's my cat. I apologize. You never know when he's gonna start making noise. Apparently right now is that time. Then I'm gonna get some white and I'm gonna put this right over the drops I already have. I like white. White seems to break up the pigment more. Then I'm going to get the yellow and put that on top of the white. Oh my goodness, that kitty cat. And then I'm going to get my half spoon and mix this up. Just little swirls. All around swirls. If you notice in the corner or whatever that it's not swirled, just swirl it up. Thinking I might put some glitter on the outside edge. One, because when this is curing, the colors seem to come to the center more, which kind of bums me out, and it goes away from the outside. So I am just continuing to swirl the colors closer to the center. You can put as much coloring as you like, or any coloring you like. Okay. Now for some more white. No, sorry. Yellow, orange, orange, orange. There it is. Orange, red. Just trying to do where there's hardly any color. Okay. then white. I like the swirl detail. Really like the swirl detail. Some of these are very easy to come out, and then other times they are not. And then I'm going to take the yellow, put that in the middle also. Okay, again with my half spoon to mix this up. You just want to go closer and closer to the middle. I do have some of the blue there, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I think this is so pretty. I really, really like orange. I should get over that, but I don't think it's going to happen. My whole life I've really liked orange. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and add more resin. But for right now, I'm going to blow this out. And wait about, let me think, about an hour I'm thinking, before I come back and add more resin, because I'd like it to get a little tacky. And when that happens, I can add more without disrupting this, but I'd like to get some glitter, and I know I have orange glitter, so I'd like to add that to the outside. Let's see what colors we should use. I have an awful lot of glitter. Let me see. I have gold. Meh. Brown. You know what? I have this brown glitter, which I'm thinking I could put, no, brown, orange, and blue, no. Sorry, thought about it. Brown and orange does go together, but as far as blue in there, that would not look good. So, I'm just looking through my little stash of items to find some kind of color that I think will look good and stand out. Here is an orangish glitter, so let's try working with that. I believe I'm going to have to mix up some more of my resin, because this is not very thick at all on this end. So all I'm doing is putting this orange glitter around the edges of where the petals are. Can you see that? I hope so. So I'm going to add, I believe, more glitter. Not more glitter, more resin. But I'm going to give it a couple minutes, check this out, see if I can put this on something else that's more level than my table that's disappointing the living daylights out of me. So I'm going to just put my glitter on here and try to figure out a place to put my lovely, lovely flower while I wait. But as you can see, there's like holes in here, so it could also be the fact I don't have enough of the resin. So I am going to add more resin and come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I added another 160. I put 80 in this little cup and 80 in the other cup, and then mixed them together, and then I did it again. So I am pouring more in here of my resin. And I'm going to have to mix up my colors again with my spoon. So I have my spoon here. Turn this around some so that the resin moves all over, and I'm just going to start mixing around my resin so that it has all the colors in there that I have put in there. Making little designs different ways. You can do it any way you'd like. But I am trying to spread this out as best I can. Get around the edges where I have the glitter. I'm going to add some more. Make sure that the glitter is up against the petal area. And mixing that around. I am also going to add more glitter and more color because this looks very translucent. So I'm going to get my heat gun and blow out some bubbles, which will also move around the resin. And you want to make sure you do your entire mold. You can use a torch. I just prefer not to use a torch. And blow it all out. Now I'm going to add more of the alcohol ink and then the glitter. So I'm going to start with the orange, red, that I have. And I am going to put drops wherever I feel I need color. Part of it is a little clear. And that's okay if you can see through it, but I'd like to have the color pretty much going through everywhere. But we shall see how it looks when we're done. Okay. Then I'm thinking I'm going to put the yellow right on top of this and then add the white, because I like how the white moves everything around. So I'm doing yellow next. Okay. Then for the white, now I'm going to get my half spoon and I'm going to swirl my colors around, coming deep, move it around. I'm going to spin this. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit more glitter around the outside where the glitter is. And then I'm going to blow it out and come back in a couple hours when it's not sticky and try to shape this like a bowl so that it'll be a bird bath for the birds. So I will be back very, very soon. I'm going to blow this out one more time and get all the bubbles out as best I can. So I'm going to set my timer for an hour, and then every hour on the hour I am going to come back and check, and then I'll let you know how many hours I waited before I started shaping it. But I got to make sure it's not very, very sticky and it'll hold its form. So I will be back. Oh my goodness, I misplaced my footage. So basically what I did was 6 hours after I poured my resin, I then, when it wasn't sticky or tacky, I put it in this bowl, and then I got chains to make it look. I should have one more right here, but I think it's going to be okay. And so this is what the bottom looks like. Nothing exciting. And it has the lines in it from the pattern. And I had drilled holes with, I had a little jewelry thing that I drilled holes in here to put this chain on. You could paint the chain. I'm just going to leave it like this. And I'm going to go outside. I'm going to fill it with water, hang it up, and show you what it looks like. But this is what it looks like so far. Here it is hanging off a bush. And I'm going to put some water in there, some more water. So there it is with the water in it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye.